In this video, we'll learn how to create and save lists, as well as how to download end-of-day data for up to 500 ticker symbols at one time. So let's get started. Let's open the ticker downloader application. It will be working on this screen right here. Now the first thing that we should do is create a list of symbols. So let's hit the Create List button, and let's look at Google, Microsoft, Apple, Biogen, IDEC, and Danaher. Now that we just created that list, we may want to create it again tomorrow and the day after, but instead of doing that, we can actually save the list. So let's hit the Save button. We can call this My List. And here you can see that list has been saved to your desktop. You don't have to go in and edit this file or change its contents. You just have to leave it on your desktop and you can open it again on another day. So why don't we take a look at that? Let's exit out of the application and start it back up again. Now instead of loading data back into the list and typing it all back in, just hit the Open List button. Select your list and it'll be loaded back into the window. And that will save you time every day. Now that we have our list, there's a few different ways we can download and look at the data. Right now we're set up to look at current data, and I'm also going to include the date as well. And what this does is when we select the download, which we'll see in just a minute, we'll be pulling data from Yahoo Finance for end-of-day data. And we can choose various options. For us, let's look at the symbol, open, high, low, last or closing values, and volume. Let's also look at the 52-week low and the 52-week high. Again, we can save the list to save those settings. And let's click Download. We're going to name our file My Download, and let's save it in the Stocks folder. And you can see it downloads the data pretty quickly. You look at our Stocks folder and you have the CSV file right here. And when we open that, we see the 5 ticker symbols that we selected, and we see the data or other options fields that we selected as well. So that's how that option works. Let's delete this file and go back to the application for a minute. Now we also have the ability to download historical data in case you're not just interested in seeing the most recent information. Let's go back 10 years to 2005 and download data for our 5 symbols. Now when we download historical data, we're relegated to having certain options fixed for us, and what we're going to get back out of the download is the open, high, low, close, and volume values. You can download it as a CSV file, Excel files, or various Metastock formats. Let's start with CSV, which is just a comma-separated file that is easily opened in Excel and a lot of other applications as well. You can also choose the export dates to go from oldest to latest or latest to oldest. Let's do oldest to latest since that's pretty typical. Now that we have those settings selected, we just hit the download button. Again, let's put this into our Stocks folder. And the download will take just a few seconds. When we look at the folder this time, we'll find that instead of 1 CSV file being generated, we'll have 5. Let's open up Apple, for example. Here we have the date, the open, high, low, close, volume, and the adjusted close. Now the adjusted close just adjusts the stock price for splits and dividends. And you can see back in 2005, our adjusted close in today's value is $5.26. And down at the bottom, the current price is approximately $119. So that's how CSV files look when you try to download historical data. Now let's delete those files and try another download. Let's look at Excel since that's pretty common as well. Again, just select Excel. We'll select the download button. Now we're going to give this file a name. Again, we can call it my list, and let's put it back in the stocks folder. And instead of generating 5 files, when you download to Excel, it's going to generate just one file. But this one file is going to have 5 different tabs on it, showing you each of the 5 different symbols. So when we open up that file, you'll see the 5 different tabs, and again with the end of day data going back from 2015 all the way to 2005. So that's the difference between downloading Excel and downloading as a CSV file. But still, there's 2 other options that we can look at. So let's do that. Most people are probably operating on Metastock 13, but we offer some backwards compatibility for versions 11 and 12 of Metastock. And we can download those data and that method as well. So let's do that. And for this, let's select our Metastock 11 folder. In this case, the download will take just a little bit longer as it goes through a file conversion process that you see here. Now I sped up the video a little bit so we didn't have to wait, but it's just about done now. Okay, so let's go to our Metastock folder. And go to the 11 and 12. And here you'll see the 5 files represented in the folder here. And if you're familiar with Metastock 11 and 12, you'll know how to open those data as your local data. So now let's try one more download. We'll do Metastock 13, and this will proceed very quickly. So again, we're looking at stocks. Let's put it into our Metastock 13 folder. And it'll take just a few seconds to download and process the data this time. Okay, so let's go to our Metastock 13 folder and make sure it's there. There's our 5 files. They're actually in text format, which is the new local data format for Metastock. So what we'll have to do now is get into Metastock, and under the Tools menu, we're going to select Custom List Manager. And then we're going to select New, Local Instruments. Let's give it a list name before we browse. We'll call this My Metastock List. And then let's browse for the data. It's in our desktop. It's under Stocks. And it's under the Metastock 13 folder. We just have to highlight all 5 of them, hit the Add button, and now they're in our list. So again, let's save that list. And now you see that list is up here at the top, highlighted here in blue. We can close. So now to open the data, we'll have to go under the File menu, select the Open Power Manager console, and at the very top, we'll find our list. So let's select it. And select all the ticker symbols we want to look at. Hit the Next button. We can leave these defaults as they are, so we just have to click Open Chart. And now we'll have our charts for all the 5 series of data we just tried to download for. So this is Microsoft. The next one you can see is Google, and so on and so forth. So you get a bar chart, as well as in the bottom pane you get your volume. So that's how you can view end-of-day data through the Metastock version 13 application. Let's go back to the Ticker Downloader application. And that's basically your options for downloading data, saving lists, and creating lists. Hope you found the video helpful. In the next series, we'll start to look at how to download currency data, which you see over here in this window. And again, we'll go through the same process of creating and saving lists and procedures for downloading data for that. So check that out in the next video. Thanks for watching.